Hello students, how are you all? Hope you are doing good. I am extremely happy to meet you all through this platform. My main intention is to motivate you, to guide you, and to give you certain tips regarding your examinations which you are going to take up from May 1st onwards. Okay, now May 1st you have Entrepreneurship and followed by L-ship on 2nd of May. How to prepare for these examinations, how to score better. Now if you take up your E-ship textbook, you find there are 5 chapters, 5 units rather. In each unit, except the first unit, you have 2 lessons. And suppose you prepare at least one lesson well out of these 2 lessons in Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4 and Unit 5, you are definitely going to fare better. Because as per your question paper pattern, you have one question from each lesson in each unit. What I mean by this is, suppose you take Unit 2, you have 2 lessons. You get one question from Unit 1 and one question from Unit 2, out of which you have to answer only one question. You got it? So, if you are intelligent enough, how you will prepare for this examination is, you have to choose at least one lesson which you find comfortable, easy, and you have to prepare thoroughly that lesson so that you can score better. Now let me explain to you in detail. Okay students, now let me explain to you how you are going to prepare for the Unit 1. How to prepare Unit 1. And in Unit 1, as I told you, you have 3 lessons. The first lesson is Entrepreneur, second lesson is Forms of Business Organizations, and the third lesson is Role of Entrepreneurship. Okay, now out of these 3 lessons, they will give you 2 questions, and out of which you have to answer 1. So, if you are intelligent enough, you have to prepare thoroughly 2 lessons out of these 3, okay, of which you feel very comfortable, easy. And I give you all the questions, what you have to prepare in these 3 lessons. The first lesson is very, very important, and the paper setter is very, very fond of lesson 1. So don't miss lesson 1. So your choice should be lesson 1, 2 or 3. First lesson is common, important. You have to prepare lesson 1, and out of these 2 and 3, you can prepare one lesson. And lesson 1, what are the important questions? Important questions are very, very few, only 4 in number. The first one is characteristics of entrepreneur. The second one is classification of entrepreneur. The third one is functions of an entrepreneur. And the fourth one is difference between entrepreneur and intrapreneur. If you prepare these 4 questions very well, you can answer one question very, very easily. In case if you miss it, you have 2 lessons more, and I told you, you have to prepare lesson 1, lesson 2 or lesson 1 and lesson 3. In lesson 2, you have only one question. You have to prepare well. Factors influencing the choice of suitable business organization. This is only one question which you are getting often in your examination you get. And the lesson 3, role of entrepreneur in the economic development. This is also a very important question. So I prefer you to choose 1 and 3. Prepare these 4 questions and this question from lesson 3. If you are able to do this, you can answer first question very easily and you can score 10 marks out of 50 marks. Hope you are very clear about Unit 1. So I asked you to prepare the first lesson and one more lesson, either 2 or 3. But first lesson is very, very important, and I expect all the students to prepare that lesson very well. That means you have to prepare first 4 questions in lesson 1, and from lesson 2 only 1 question, and from lesson 3 1 question. 2 and 3 you can make a choice, but first lesson is very, very important. When you come to Unit 2, you have only 2 lessons. So now what I expect you or what I suggest you is either prepare first lesson or prepare second lesson. But your preparation should be up to the mark. Okay, you should not leave any question out of these two. Now suppose you are taking idea generation, that's your first lesson in unit 2. You have to prepare these two questions thoroughly. That is important sources of new ideas and techniques or methods of generating ideas. These two questions you have to prepare very well. Suppose you are not interested in this lesson, go to the next lesson, opportunity recognition. This here also you have two questions. The first question is explain opportunity recognition, explain the factors influencing it. And the second question is explain the steps involved in tapping opportunities. So these two questions you have to prepare. Either prepare first lesson well or the second lesson, and definitely you're going to get one question from each lessons in unit 2. So if you prepare at least one lesson thoroughly, you can answer the question, the second question, which carries 10 marks. So first lesson, you get 10 marks. In the first unit, you're preparing first lesson and second or third. Okay. And in unit 2, I've given you only one lesson, either idea generation or opportunity recognition. Hope you understood. And coming back to unit 3, you have two lessons in unit 3. You have project formulation and project appraisal. So already I told you to concentrate on the first lesson, project formulation. We have two questions in that. Explain in brief the elements of project formulation and what do you mean by project report. Explain the general aspects which are to be covered in the project report. These are the two questions I asked you all to prepare very well. Okay, and project appraisal, for the safe sake, suppose you wanted to learn, you can learn. Otherwise, you can skip this lesson and you can concentrate on project formulation. And in this lesson, you can prepare two questions. On the safe side, suppose you wanted to do a short question, you can concentrate on this. Explain payback period, that is PBP, its advantages and disadvantages. Like that you have ARR, that is average rate of return, and its advantages and disadvantages. So all of you must learn project formulation thoroughly. And suppose if you have more time or you wanted to write short answers, you can prepare on this because this is quite lengthy but very, very important. And you've been doing it very well, the project formulation and project report. I'm sure you all can answer project report and project formulation well. Okay, and this is with regard to unit 3. Now we'll have a look at unit 4. In unit 4 also you have two lessons. One is the name of the unit is Institutions Supporting Small Business Entrepreneurs. In that you have central government institutions and the next lesson is state government institutions. So you can concentrate either on central government institutions or on state government institutions. But I told you to concentrate on state government institutions because you have only 3. But here when you come here, you have 6. NABARD, SIDBI, NIC, KVIC, SIDCO and NSIC. So I want you all to do thoroughly the unit in unit 4, lesson 9, which has 3 questions, that is DICS, SFC, SSIDC and others. Others you need not learn because you get only these 3. So you have to learn these 3 units, these 3 questions thoroughly in lesson 9. You can leave in choice comfortably the central government institutions. Got it? So I want you to learn the ICs, SFC, SSIDC. Out of these 3, definitely you're going to get one question which you can answer comfortably. Okay. So in unit 4, you have to learn lesson number 9, state government institutions. Okay. In that, you have to learn these 3. Thoroughly you have to learn these 3 because you cannot say. Sometimes they may be interested to ask you DICs, sometimes SFC, sometimes SSIDC. Got it? So just go through your books and I have taught you very well about these 3. You can concentrate, you learn thoroughly. And if you learn these 3, your unit 4, 10 marks are guaranteed. Coming to the last unit, that is unit 5, you have 2 lessons again in unit 5. 10th lesson, that is the first lesson in unit 5, is government policy for small scale industries, and the 11th lesson is taxation benefits and incentives. And most of you in your previous examinations have attempted this question, taxation policy. You have done it beautifully, and so I want you to concentrate on lesson 11, taxation policy, benefits to small enterprises, and the next question is incentives to small enterprises. These are the 2 questions in lesson 11. So concentrate on lesson 11, and then in lesson 10 you can learn just this question, role of small scale industries. So you have to learn in unit 5 3 questions, role of small scale industries, taxation policy, benefits to small enterprises, and incentives. Industrial policy 1991, sometimes they may ask you. In case they ask also, you have enough preparation, so you can leave that comfortably in your choice. So you have to learn these questions, role of small scale industries, taxation policy, and incentives to small enterprises. Now I'll just give you a chart. What are the lessons you have to learn unit wise? You tick it and then learn it well. Okay, you can repeat the video so that you can understand what you have to prepare, how you have to prepare to score better marks. Okay. Okay, to conclude, you have to prepare in unit 1, lesson 1, which is a must, compulsory, and lesson 2 or 3. Either you can choose lesson 2 or lesson 3, but lesson 1, you have to learn the first 4 questions what I have given to you. And unit 2, you can choose either lesson 1 or lesson 2. In unit 3 also, you have a choice. Either you can prepare lesson 1 or 2. Unit 4, you learn only lesson 2, which is the state government undertaking enterprises. So, unit 4, you have to prepare lesson 2, and unit 5, also you have to prepare lesson 2. And this is the final selection of your lessons to learn for your examination and score better. Wish you all the best, children. So do it well. I'll be evaluating your papers. Hope you can do well now.